Star Wars has a long list of otherworldly and alien planets, and the list of real-world locations where they shot these scenes are equally impressive. Most impressive. I did a Star Wars thing. Location shooting adds a level of depth and believability that you just can't quite get on a soundstage. A forewarning, I will butcher a lot of these names. Let's look at some original trilogy filming locations. A New Hope. A lot of the Tatooine shots were filmed in Tunisia. Here's the Mos Eisley Cantina. It was shot at Ajim on the island of Jerba off the coast of Tunisia. You'll recognize this building from the deleted scene with Luke and Biggs at the Tashi station. And here is Obi-Wan Kenobi's home, also located on the island of Jerba. Here's the exterior of the Lars homestead. It's located at Chat El Jared on the west side of central Tunisia near Algeria. Since the interior shots were filmed at a different location, the production crew actually had to dig big craters to make it look like the property went below ground. The interior of the Lars homestead can be seen here. It's actually a hotel that's been opened since 1969. It's called the Sidi El Driss Hotel in Matmata, Tunisia. You can actually spend the night in Luke Skywalker's house for about $10. And here's the spot where Luke was attacked by Tusken Raiders. It's a narrow gorge surrounded by 200 feet of cliff walls. This location was also used in a Raiders of the Lost Ark scene. While a ton of Tatooine was filmed in Tunisia, Death Valley in California also played a huge role. You'll recognize this image from when R2 is rolling through the canyon and eventually gets interrupted by some Jawas. A ton of Tatooine scenes were filmed in Death Valley, not only in A New Hope, but also in Return of the Jedi. Yavin 4 was filmed at Tikal National Park in Guatemala. The national park is the site of an ancient Mayan citadel which flourished between 200 and 850 AD. The highest temple is known as Temple 4, and if you get to the top of Temple 4, you get this view, the classic view from Yavin 4. The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back actually only had one filming location that you can visit. Everything else was done in a studio. For the backdrop of Hoth, the production team used the enormous, and I am not even going to attempt to pronounce this. I'm sorry, guys. I'll let this guy pronounce it.
Hardangerjökull.
Glacier in Fence, Norway. To get to the location, it is a 4.5-hour train ride from the capital Oslo. While they were filming the scenes for the movie, the crew was hit with the area's worst winter storm in 50 years. Fence is located in a national park and requires both a guide and a permit to visit due to the dangerous terrain. There are numerous specific locations that you can check out, and I'll toss a link in the video description below with an official travel guide from the Star Wars website. Return of the Jedi. Instead of returning to Tunisia for Tatooine shots, the crew went to Buttercup Valley in the Yuma Desert. This is where the Sarlacc pit scenes were filmed. The forest moon of Endor was shot at Redwood National State Parks. Many of the shots were taken in Marin County in multiple redwood groves. Specifically, scenes were shot at Grizzly Creek Redwood State Park. What I've read online from people who have attempted to find these specific locations is that it can be difficult to pinpoint exact spots. But I have read that if you're going to hunt for a location, your best bet is finding Owen R. Cheatham Grove in Grizzly Creek Redwood State Park. There's a ton of information out there about these locations and even more locations, extremely specific locations. I just wanted to give a brief overview. A little glance. And what's neat is that these locations can absolutely be traveled to. The official Star Wars website ran multiple articles back in 2014 called Galactic Backpacking. Each article talks about in-depth locations you can travel to, how to get there, exact GPS coordinates, lodging, and what you can do while you're there. If you're thinking about visiting one of these many Star Wars filming locations, I would absolutely follow their guidance. I'll leave a link to all of the Galactic Backpacking articles in the video description below. HelloGreedo, out.